Welcome back to the video series for the SAScon 2026 Sideboards Tournament. This is round 1, where I'm facing Vincent 1911. This map is embroiled, and the near glyph is Valda, and the far glyph is Dualig Loden. Vincent's core was 3 squads of Axe Grinders, with Sideboard 1 containing Mock and Derek, and Sideboard 2 containing Mogrim and Miggle. Since Vincent's core is bonding melee, I chose to use my Ashra sideboard to counter that, and as expected, Vincent chose the sideboard with Mock so that he'd have a special attack into the Ashra. Seems like the optimal draft choices from both sides to me. As will usually be the case, my game plan in this matchup is to sit in my start zone and wait for things to get into the Ordo's range. I'll probably have to take a few more order markers on Ashra than I'd like to in an ideal world, because Axe Grinders are actually solid into Ordo, with the extra defense, and they'll likely also have height plus jungle a lot on this map, but Ordo are my main means of killing Mock, so once he's in range, I'll need to have order markers on them to try and kill him before he can get one of them. I set up Concan and the Alder Knights where I want them to be, with the plan to move Ordo and Ashra to fill in around them, as I wanted my pod to be as far forward as possible. This will force Ashra to be next to height, which is generally not advisable, but because they block with just one shield anyways, it's less bad than normal, and this way, if an Axe Grinder does take one of their spots, another Ashra will then be able to swing and get height on that Axe Grinder. I have 2 order markers each on Ordo and Ashra for round 1, with the 2 and 3 on Ashra, which is enough to finish setting up the pod. I win the opening initiative and see 2 order markers each on Axe Grinders and Mock. I move 2 Ordo up, still next to Concan and Alder Knights, including taking the nice heighted spot just outside my start zone. Vincent's order marker 1 is on Axe Grinders, and Derek moves up with 2 of them, while 2 others become gunners for Mock. I then move up 3 Ashra to establish part of the screen. Vincent's OM2 is on Mock, who moves up onto the plateau. My 3 is Ashra, and I finish off the completed screen for Ordo. These Ashra are vulnerable to Mock's special attack, however, which is definitely a concern, but at least several of them are next to jungle. His order marker 3 was on Axe Grinders, though, and Derek moves up to max height, and more Axe Grinders develop up from the back. Going into round 2, I go with a 3-1 order marker split on Ordo and Ashra. I need a lot of order markers on Ordo to threaten Vincent's development, so that he can't develop within 7 spaces without fear of a retaliatory attack. I lose the round 2 initiative, which is great, and see 2 order markers on each card again, with the order marker 1 on Axe Grinders. They take both glyphs, and 2 others develop up out of the start zone. However, the one on Valda is in range of an Ordo now. My order marker 1 is on Ordo, but I miss the 4v4 on that Axe Grinder. His order marker 2 is on Mock, who comes in aggressively, but fails to kill either Ashra attack. My 2 is Ordo, who shoot at Mock, doing 3 wounds, with both gunners staying intact. Vincent's order marker 3 is on Axe Grinders, though, not Mock, which is where I had expected it to be, and I'm pretty happy, as that means Mock is sitting in Ordo range for a full turn unactivated. Axe Grinders are fast here, though, with Valda, and Derek and 2 of them engage Ashra, and I whiff twice, which is quite unfortunate. My 3 is on Ordo, and I end up targeting Axe Grinders here, which I don't think is a good decision in hindsight. I feel like I should be shooting up at Mock instead, as if I put 2 to 3 more wounds on him, then it's hard for Vincent to take a lot of order markers on him next round. I do kill 2 Axe Grinders, though. I now go with a 2-2 order marker split between Ordo and Ashra, with the 1 on Ashra, hoping to plug the holes, but I lose initiative and see 2 order markers on each card again, with the 1 on Mock, who engages an Ordo and does 1 wound with the normal attack. Mock then kills 1 Ashra with the special attack. My 1 is on Ashra, which is kind of unfortunate after having lost initiative, as I'd rather have Ordo here to hit Mock with. I refill the 1 open spot that I can, take height on Mock, and engage the Axe Grinder near Valda. Derek takes 1 wound and the other 2 block. The 2 is on Mock, and I miss Oath of Protection by 1 and the Ordo dies. His special attack then kills 2 more Ashra. Ouch. Pretty massive difference here between losing and winning this round 3 initiative. My 2 is on Ordo, but I've only got 2 left. I do know the order marker 3 is on Axe Grinders, but there aren't any near me at present, so I refill the heighted spot the Ordo died from and hit Mock twice, putting 2 more wounds on him, with both gunners staying alive. Derek stays put and hits the Ashra, who blocks. An Axe Grinder takes Valda, and 2 others reach my pod, with 1 engaging an Ordo. Thankfully, I do block that attack, and both Ashra targets also manage a shield to survive. My 3 is on Ordo, and both are engaged, so I attack the engaged figures. I put 1 more wound on Mock, who has 1 life left, and do kill the Axe Grinder. Now my order markers get hard, as if I lose initiative, Mock can kill another Ordo, though he does only have 1 life left. I end up putting just 1 order marker on Ordo, as losing 1 would just be too devastating, and Ashra are still pretty good into the Axe Grinders. I do win this initiative, and see 3 order markers on Axe Grinders, though I think the 1 may well be on Mock, just because of how much upside that has. I take the 1 heighted attack I have into Mock, and do kill him, and then also kill the Axe Grinder near Valda. The order marker 1 was indeed on Mock, so I've burned that order marker. My 2 is Ashra, and I take height in a few places. I miss the Axe Grinder on Valda, but wound Derek and kill the far Axe Grinder. Derek takes an LEA to engage the Ordo, which misses, and then takes another one to go further, which hits, and I block the attack. Axe Grinders develop up from the back, and 1 takes a shot at the Ashra on height, which I block. My 3 is Ashra, but I miss all 3 attacks this turn. Derek puts 1 wound on Concan, and the back Axe Grinders develop again, and they get 2 attacks on Ashra, which both block. I win the next initiative, rotate 1 Ashra to height, and finally kill the guy on Valda, but miss the other 2 attacks. Derek puts a few more wounds on Concan, and Axe Grinders keep developing, and this turn get 1 Ashra kill. I move 1 Ashra to screen for the Ordo on height, and take 2 attacks, killing 1 Axe Grinder and missing Derek. Derek hits Concan again, but I block it. At this point, I found an Ashra that had fallen off the board at some point, and I put it in the back of my start zone, because we didn't know exactly where it had come from. 2 Axe Grinders got attacks in, killing 1 Ashra. I then take Valda so I can get height on an Axe Grinder, and take 2 attacks, missing that Axe Grinder, but killing Derek. There's 3 Axe Grinders left, and 2 of them are able to get attacks in this turn, but both miss. I keep my order markers on Ashra, win initiative, and advance 2 of them, and get 2 attacks in with 1 kill. Both Axe Grinders attack back, but I block both. Unfortunately, the video ended a bit prematurely here, but I do end up killing both remaining Axe Grinders to seal the win in this one. Pretty good matchup for me, and it could have been an even bigger win if I'd managed that round 3 initiative when Mock was able to reach an Ordo. Still though, a good showing for the Ordo pod, and I start this event 1-0.